Who helped foster my vocation? I would say certainly it started with my family. I'm grateful for my parents raising me in the faith. They always made sure we went to CCD classes and youth group, and they made me sign up to be an altar server, even though I didn't want to. So from 5th grade up until college, I regularly served the Mass, and I think that had a big impact on me, just my involvement in the liturgy there, as well as just everything I did in high school. I was very involved with our youth group, going to stuff with CYO, Prayer in Action. All of that really, I think, helped to plant the seed of my vocation. And then when I got to college, I went to KU. I was there for 5 years and spent a significant amount of time at the St. Lawrence Center, which that had a huge impact on me. The priests there were great. Father Steve Basso, Father Mitchell Zimmerman, Father Curtis Carlson. They had focused missionaries, they had the Apostles of the Interior Life, and they first of all just really taught me how to have a spiritual life, how to have a relationship with God, and really taught me to love the church, and just taught me what it means to be a Catholic man. And so all of that kind of laid the groundwork for me to begin discerning my vocation, and really helped me to hear that call from God to enter the seminary. And during all that time as well, I was in very close contact with priests back in the diocese, like Father Gail Hammerschmidt, Father Jarrett Conradi, Father Andrew Rockers. All of those guys really provided a lot of support, a lot of encouragement. They gave me a lot of great advice and discernment, and they also just provided great examples for what the priesthood is and how joyful the priesthood can be. And so seeing their witness to the joy and just seeing the spirit of fraternity among them, that really inspired me and really encouraged me to continue pursuing my vocation. And so I'm very grateful to them as well.
I'd have to say Father Fon Still, which was my childhood priest kind of throughout middle school and high school. And then going to events like Prayer in Action and Totus Tuus really helped foster that as well.
I would probably say serving Mass with Father Fred and just basically being around Father Fred, asking questions when I had them, and just getting to know what it's like to be a priest in the diocese.
I mean, I think some of the biggest people who are a part of my vocation is obviously just my parents, in making sure that we were at Mass every Sunday and making sure that the faith was a part of our lives. Going through high school, it was awesome having Prayer in Action. It was awesome having, I had Father Justin before he was Father, teaching my confirmation CCD class. So those were all great things to help me lead me in that direction.
I would say becoming Catholic, learning about the Catholic faith, and then from there learning about what vocations were, what the priesthood meant. And honestly, a couple of the younger priests in the diocese, just their example, wisdom, just a little bit of guidance here and there, talking with them.
I would say the Catholic Stuff You Should Know podcast really helped kind of stimulate me intellectually and foster a better prayer life. And a couple retreats that Father Gale led at St. Isidore's.
Honestly, just the Holy Spirit guiding me every step of the way. The intellectual tradition of the church has really helped me be more certain about my vocation, where I'm at. Definitely all my directors there at the seminary, spiritual director, chaplain, Father Gale.
I'd say what really fostered my vocation is the program called Prayer in Action. Just seeing the joy and the peace that the priests and seminarians there have really been very instrumental in my vocation. Just seeing that joy and that amazing spirit that they have. I was a participant there many times in high school and have continued to go, and it's just been a wonderful thing for my vocation.
There's a number of different people that have impacted my vocation. Probably the first thing that really struck me was one summer in high school when I went to the Prayer in Action as a participant, and then the team that was there just really inspired me to grow in my faith. And then also the Totus Tuus team that I was with that summer really challenged me to open my life to God's will. But then also my family, so many holy priests, friends, the list goes on and on for who's impacted my vocation.
That would have to be Father Joseph Kiefer and Deacon Walter Slingsby. They would always answer my calls when I needed them the most, and honestly, they would just be there for me when I had any questions about the faith or anything relevant to the priesthood that I was interested in.
The priest that played the most pivotal role in my vocation story was Father Fred Gatchet. He was a teacher and chaplain at TMP in Hayes when I went to school there, and then also at Fort Hays State while I went to college. He's also was the pastor of my home parish, St. Joseph's in Hayes, Kansas. And his mentorship, guidance, and ultimately the movement of the Holy Spirit throughout my college years is what led to my discernment into the seminary.